Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Teen Times video lecture on how to give a presentation. Today we're going to look at issue number 567. The section of the newspaper is Headline News, and the title of the article is Bilateral Ties Expected to be Ruined. My name is Vincent, and I'll be your instructor for today. Now, before we get into the topic of debate, I'll give you some background information on the article. Now, South Korea and Japan have had a long dispute over the ownership of the islets known as Dokdo. South Korea says they are the original owners, while Japan says they are as well. It has sparked a heated argument where both sides seem to not want to budge. Japan's Shimane Prefecture conducted a rally on February 22nd to condemn South Korea's occupation of the islets. Many Japanese people joined the demonstration as well. Acts by both countries have caused the relationship to become quite bitter. Japan's government provided historical records, news articles, and photos to prove Japan's claim on the islets. But so had the South Korean government. The South Korean government started 28 projects like construction of residential, military, and research facilities on Dokdo. Bilateral relationships between those two countries is getting worse. The Japanese have even gone so far as educating students that the islets are owned by Japan and should be rightfully theirs. The Japanese Textbook Authorization and Research Council have published in their textbooks that Dokdo is part of Japanese territory. So here's today's question of debate. What should be done about the dispute of the Dokdo Islets? Here is my point of view. Instead of one nation making claims on the islets, a compromise should be made. Let's talk about the state of the relationship between Japan and Korea. Two nations collide. Japanese nationalism and pride has increased among Japanese people. The same has gone for South Koreans. Koreans are becoming more patriotic and possessive of the ownership of Dokdo. Even North Koreans are supporting South Koreans in the claim that the islets are theirs. Nevertheless, no matter how passionate either side may be, there is no clear answer to who should own the islets, who the islets belong to. It really depends on what your nationality is. There is constant evidence that is being shown that contradicts other evidence. Many other documents may have been lost throughout the years because of past wars and power shifts. So, there is a deadlock. Japan and South Korea are stuck in a situation where politicians of both nations have come up with they have to come up with a solution. Leaders and politicians of both nations seem to be stubborn. Some observers fear that a heated battle or even a war may be imminent. So here's a solution that I think that everybody should be approaching. Both Japan and Korea are being hostile and very blatant on their positions. The truth is that the islets are very small in size. They cannot be used as a place for living, and no residents can really inhabit there. There are currently only 2 people that live there today. The main reason that Japan and Korea are fighting over the islets is because it sits in a location between the two countries in the sea where many fish live and breed. This would be very beneficial for fishing industries. People should stop being selfish and work for a compromise. A deal should be made. Fishing industries from both countries can work to cooperate and catch fish in harmony. Certain rules and guidelines can be made so that there are no altercations. There is another argument that Koreans deserve the island because of the atrocious acts done by the Japanese during Japan's colonization of Korea. Many men, women, and children were harmed and traumatized. However, the past should be left in the past. Nothing can be done to change the past. Koreans should think about now, and both countries should work for a solution through compromise. What do you think? What should be done about the Dokdo Islets? Does it belong to only Korea? Or does Japan have the right to claim it as their own? Think of an argument. There is no right or wrong answer, just a passionate one. Try to persuade a family member, friend, or classmate. Well, that wraps up today's lesson. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.